Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we're going to talk about the 1951 United States nickel, where the mint marks are, what the specialty stuff is on it, whether they had a proof coin, which they did, this is the back of the proof coin right here. It was made at Philadelphia. And we're going to talk about this one right here, which is just a weird coin. And after we talk about this, which I call the flag over Monticello coin, we're going to talk about a 2 moons over Monticello coin that's on the PCGS website. All right, so let's start with this. It's a 1951 nickel. You can see Jefferson facing to the left. In God We Trust in front of him, Liberty behind him. There's a star there, which is really hard to tell. 1951. And then no initials down here for Felix Schlag the engraver. Those didn't come till 67, I think. But if we flip it over, we see that Monticello is on the back. And this is the Monticello that you will always see. Just a rounded top. Pretty much, if you get a used coin, you're not going to see much of the actual detail of the building. But look at the Monticello on this one. It's got a flag-like thing there. Now, but that's not really a flag, and that's not part of the design that you see right there. But what that is an extra piece of metal. And sometimes you get extra pieces of metal stuck on coins. And in this case, I would call it a cud. A lot of people say, well, unless the metal is attached to the edge of the coin, the experts might say, well, that's not really a cud, but I'm going to call it a cud, just an extra piece of metal on the back of Monticello that looks to me exactly like a flag. Now, where is this coin from? Well, we can tell where it's from because the mint mark is down here on the side of Monticello, and this is from this San Francisco mint, which is an S. They also made them at the Philadelphia mint, which would be no mint mark, and they made them at the Denver mint, which would be this D mint mark right here. So before I talk to you about how many they made of each one and what the values are for the regular coins, I want to show you my favorite nickel ever, and that's from the PCGS website. I call it the 2 moon over Monticello nickel. And we'll talk about those regular 1951 nickels, but first I want to show you my favorite coin ever. And this is from the Professional Coin Grading Service website here. You see it's a mint state 67. It's a 1951 5 cent. You see it doesn't say FS behind it because there aren't full steps here. But what there is here is this really cool, what I call the 2 moon nickel. And you can see the moon here over Monticello, and you can see the other moon up there in the sky. Now some people might think it's a sun and the moon, but I'm calling it the 2 moon nickel. It has some of the best coloring patina of any coin you're ever going to see. This beautiful halo around both present Jefferson and Monticello. And for my money, this is maybe the best U.S. nickel ever made. But you see, it's not going to be hugely valuable. I believe this one sold for about $840 on eBay, but it is a beauty. All right, let's get back to the regular nickels and talk about them. So that's the specialty nickel, and it's really just more of a weirdness or an oddity, kind of like this one down here is. With this little extra bit on there that looks like a flag, this is not in very good condition. A really good condition nickel from the San Francisco mint could be worth over $6,000 from mint state 67 plus. In fact, one sold in 2018 for $18,600 at a Stack's Bowers auction. Not exactly sure how they got that much money from it, but because they only made $7.8 million at San Francisco in 1951, they're hard to get to San Francisco's. This one here is not worth much, probably $1 or so, just because they're a little harder to get. If you get this up to mint state 65, $285. And the highest they found is the mint state 67 plus. What about at the Philadelphia mint? Well, the Philadelphia mint, no mint mark here, they made $28.5 million. So they made about 4 times as many at Philly. The best Philadelphia ones are worth about $7,500. And they found 5 at a mint state 67 full steps. Now, these don't have any steps on them at all. There is a Philadelphia with no steps, without full steps. It goes for about $1,500 because it's in really good condition. But this one right here, no full steps, 1951 Philadelphia nickel, worth well under $1, I'd say. But if you don't have one, pay $1 for it because it's nice to have it in your collection. What do full steps look like? Well, we just need to go to the proof coin and we can see that the full steps are these steps right here that go across. And these aren't the best full steps ever, but this is the way they would be on a proof coin. And on the proof coin, you should always have the full steps, so that won't necessarily be a rating. The best proof 1951 coin that I've seen so far is a proof 68. PCGS grades that at about $4,750. But there is a proof 67, and the proof 67 is a double die obverse. And on the front of that proof 67, there's an extra line on some of the letters, and that's what makes it a double die obverse. And finally, they made these at the Denver Mint. At Denver, they made 20 million. Again, so 3 times what they made at San Francisco. The best Denver Mint coins go from $3,000 to $5,000. They have a Mint State 67 Plus that they found, and that's the one that PCGS says is probably worth up to $5,000. A Mint State 65 Denver is only worth about $75, but there's plenty of them out there, and so you should be able to get one if you're willing to go up to $75. E pluribus unum at the top, Monticello in the center here, 5 cents, and then down at the bottom it says United States of America, and you can see that D on there for the Denver Mint. All right, well, look for these out there. These are great coins. You can get them in a proof. You can get them at Philly. You can get them at Denver. And you can get them at the San Francisco Mint. And San Francisco is not a proof coin. And if you get really, really lucky, maybe you'll get one with a flag on it like mine. Have a great day from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you have in the comment section.